We are at Dover Downs, and so are they.
Those are what you call couch potatoes.
Yep.
At the races.
Look at that. Come to the infield, bring your own furniture.
Yeah.
What a concept.
I never knew what a couch potato was until we found those.
Now you know. Now let's show you what happened. Watch the head end of pit road here. The first car is the pace car. Okay, everybody's coming into the pits. Sure they are. Woo.
Boy, Rodney, he had his mind made up no matter what anybody did.
Yeah,
he was coming in.
He was far enough back he could have turned back out. You know, I might add, that's an interesting shot we had there. If you look back down pit road, the end of pit wall down there coming off turn 4, that's been extended down there about 30 more feet in order to make room for a couple of new pit stalls. It bothered me the first time I went out. You normally cut the engine off for a flow check at the back straightaway going in turn 3. You get the car woed down and you know about where you need to be to turn into pits. I missed the turn in the first time because that extended pit lane. So it could bother some people that hadn't here, but it could bother if they ever had the green flag pit stops. And that's a track fact, by the way.
Well, thank you for that. We're going to take the steel chainsaw and turn it loose on Darrell here when it comes down from our aerial platform. Maybe you'd want a string trimmer or some of their other outdoor equipment. Tomorrow it's the Budweiser 500 live on TNN. You'll get a chance to watch Darrell Waltrip put his money where his mouth is, along with all the rest of the Winston Cup drivers.
That's right.
Noon Eastern time, right here on TNN Live.
And we will be racing till dark. We just start at noon and race till dark.
Oh, it doesn't get dark here till 8 o'clock in the summer.
Well, that's, you know, 500 miles here.
It may just feel that way. Okay, 18 laps to go. 1 to go and we'll go racing. All these leaders stayed out, and we will keep an eye on Rodney Combs, who will restart back about 21st position, the last car on the lead lap, unless some of the others chose to pit during that caution. And Kevin LePage was one who did, and so was Ronald Cooper, and Stevie Reeves, and Phil Parsons. So 17th will be the restart position for Rodney Combs. He was, what, 6th when he went in the pits?
Yeah.
So he went in the pits.
He's going to be hard pressed.
Yeah.
I have to agree. I mean, I'm looking at how many people are still on the lead lap. That's the real key to this thing. We have a bunch of people out there that are on the lead lap. We had 21 cars, as a matter of fact, still on the lead lap.
But on the other hand, if the car wasn't working well, it wouldn't get any better staying out there.
Yeah, and, you know, 6th is kind of like coming to America 3rd. Who cares? That's the way I always felt about a race. If you didn't win it and you tried really hard, what's the difference in being 6th or 7th? It's really not that big a deal. Yeah, here goes the car owner
Let me say
again.
this. If I knew I was going to finish 6th here tomorrow with the car all in good shape on the lead lap, I'd have to think that over.
Darrell, you talk all that stuff, and you've never done any of that. You race your heart out.
Oh, let's go back to green. 27 laps to go. Mike Wallace up front, and now Derek Cope is going to try to get his lap back. Not this time. Terry Labonte up underneath Cope coming out of turn number 2. Jimmy Spencer right there, and Mark Martin.
Yeah, that's going to get crowded right there. You see Spencer going by, Mark Martin coming right up behind Spencer there, coming up out of the 4th corner.
Steve Grissom goes to the garage. And Dale Jarrett finishes off the pass.
You know Mike Wallace right now, that's an impressive run, Darrell. He hadn't given a bit to a lot of pressure from a lot of good race car drivers behind him. I hadn't seen that car move one time out of the groove or anything else. He's just hauling the mail.
No, he's running really good. He's done a great job today, and like you say, he's had a lot of people after him, but he's been able to maintain his cool.
Because Mark Martin right up behind Jimmy Spencer there.
And somewhere there is Rodney Combs on the bottom, and Combs moves underneath Johnny Benson. That's for 13th place. And moves up toward Tracy Leslie. But look at the pack he's got to contend with.
Yeah, that's like a swarm of bees. He's having to really pick and choose here who he's going with, the faster group and everything. But I can tell you, he better stay on the bottom of the racetrack.
It's past Hermie Sadler. That's a spot.
Yeah, he's sitting there saying, I really need those left side tires bad, man.
Johnny Benson, one of the leading rookies, passes Sadler and then gets up high. And we're up with 4th place Mark Martin. We'll keep an eye on Combs and see if that gamble pays off for him.
Could y'all turn that volume up on that camera there so I could hear that engine missing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think that's a misnomer here.
No, it's missing carburetor.
No, okay. While we're we're talking about that. Mike Wallace is zipping out there, but he is going to have company. As we're riding along here with Mark Martin, still working on Spencer's back quarter panel.
Third place.
He's got to wait for Jimmy to get his tires hot, because Jimmy's car is still wiggling just a little bit in the back.
See the leaders up ahead of them into turn 1.
You know, that camera shot gives you a good idea about how fast these cars are, because they come off of one corner, and it's only a matter of just a second or two, and they're into the next one.
Mark, it looks like he's got Jimmy into the corner. I don't know about coming off the corner.
Well, you see Spencer's car go out right there. Mark's still right on the white line. Now, Jimmy's car just about there will twitch just a little bit, and that'll work on that right rear tire. Every time he hangs it out like that, it gets a little looser.
With coming up on 20 laps to go, Mark can't stand to be held up there much longer. He needs to get going if he's got any chance of winning this race.
We'll mention that Rodney Combs is up to 12th, and he's moving in on 11th place Tracy Leslie as we stay with this third place battle.
Yeah, and just in front of those guys is lead cars, so this thing's not over with by a long shot. You see the Iceman, Terry Labonte, moving in second there. He has caught Mike Wallace now.
Third place. There goes Mark Martin.
There he goes.
Not yet. Going in this corner, he should make the pass pretty easy.
Yeah, Spencer had to drop down because here comes Dale Jarrett.
Dale Jarrett runs very well here, and he has a good race car. Ricky Craven, the guy we said was 2 tires behind all day.
Don't count over
He's right back up there.
You're riding with Ricky Craven in 5th place.
You know, his crew chief said they had to run a smart race because they made a mistake there early on. And so he saved the car. Maybe he didn't run it that hard just to take care of those tires so it wouldn't be that bad at the end.
6th place, Ricky Craven. And look at Terry Labonte. He's caught Mike Wallace. Barry Owens' team lost Clifford Allison in 1992 in August. Mike Wallace took over the ride in this car. They've been looking for their first win since. Maybe today. What a big lift it would be for that whole team.
Yeah, well, we saw Davies' team win a few weeks ago at New Hampshire.
Yes.
And I really was excited about that for Red Farmer. And today it'd be nice to see this man win the race.
Well, now he stretched it out a little. Labonte had closed right up. Here goes Craven underneath Dale Jarrett. That is 5th place.
That was also a power move there. He passed him down the straightaway and got position going down the front straightaway. I don't believe I've seen a car do that all day.
That 2 car is fast, folks.
Not sure who does his motors. I think it's Ron Hutter.
Ron did do them. I think he still does.
Ron Hutter. Boy, you talk about building horsepower. We
Car
got
in the fence.
Roy Payne on the back straightaways limping back to the pit area right now.
And he's going to make it. We'll stay green. We'll be okay. 16 laps to go.
A thing about Ricky a while ago when that caution came out, he must not be in too bad a shape, or he might have decided to stop and got those other tires he didn't have.
Right.
So he's coming on here at the end, and I tell you, that team has really shown a lot of promise. You talk about a team with momentum.
Now look at, here's Craven underneath Spencer. Look at how far away Mark Martin has gotten from Jimmy Spencer. This is for 4th place as Roy Payne goes behind the wall.
You just have to be patient, because Spencer cannot hold the car down up out of that corner. So when he gets position, he'll zip right on up the side of him.
You know, Craven reminds me of Terry Labonte.
A lot. Yeah, they got a
Similar style.
very similar.
And not only that, he bought the company. That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You take care of that car. When the crew chief says we need to take care of that car, you remember a little more when you're not splitting bills.
I tell you what I like about him. He's looking at the big picture. Just like right now, he could force his way by Jimmy Spencer, but he's looking at that Busch Series championship this year, and he knows he's got a good shot of moving up big time today because all the other guys have had trouble.
Of the leaders, Mike Wallace is 17th in the points, and he leads this race. Ricky Craven is the number 2 point man, but with Kenny Wallace out of the points, Craven can take over the lead today.
You know, Darrell, a lot of people don't understand the big picture, but that being the national champion is something you cherish for as long as you live. It's something you really want to have. Unfortunately, I never won a national title. I won a lot of races, but I didn't win a national title.
Well,
it's got to mean a lot.
It's a big part of your resume, trust me.